Ever wonder where those massive 18-wheelers go when they've clocked their last mile? Most assume they end up in sprawling scrapyards, slowly rusting into oblivion. That's what I thought too. But I discovered something that shocked me. From war-torn countries to disaster zones, these retired trucks are finding second lives in places you'd never imagine. In the next few minutes, I'll show you the surprising afterlife of these mechanical workhorses that most people never get to see. The expected end. Most people assume a truck story ends at the scrapyard, but the reality of a truck retirement is a complex numbers game. When does a commercial truck reach the end of its road? In America, these diesel workhorses typically clock between 750,000 to 1 million miles before they're considered ready for retirement. That's enough to circle the earth about 40 times. European trucks often push even further, thanks to stringent maintenance regulations that keep them running longer. The life cycle of these workhorses varies dramatically worldwide. Many trucking companies consider their vehicles old long before they're mechanically worn out. Premium logistics operations phase out trucks after 5 to 7 years, regardless of condition. This happens while the truck has significant operational life, primarily due to warranty coverage concerns, fuel efficiency calculations, and fleet image considerations. The retirement process follows a structured path. Most begin their journey toward retirement through dealership trade-ins, evaluated based on maintenance history, engine hours, and overall condition. From there, many proceed to wholesale auctions, massive events where hundreds of used trucks change hands in a single day. Buyers inspect each vehicle, calculating its remaining value against potential future earnings. Japanese trucks follow a different path with their shaken inspection system. This rigorous vehicle inspection becomes increasingly expensive as trucks age, making it financially impractical to maintain older vehicles despite excellent mechanical conditions. A functional 10-year-old Japanese truck might cost more to certify than it's worth. At actual scrapyards, trucks undergo methodical dismantling. Valuable components, engines and transmissions, are salvaged first, potentially finding new life in other vehicles. Smaller parts follow: alternators, starters, and electronics. A single scrapped semi-truck yields over 10,000 pounds of recyclable metal while generating hazardous waste from fluids and batteries. Modern scrapyards process these massive vehicles efficiently with specialized equipment. Industrial crushers and shredders reduce trucks to sortable materials in under a day. Advanced sorting systems separate various metals, maximizing recycling potential. Interestingly, only about 30% of retired commercial trucks in developed nations are entirely scrapped. The other 70% embark on surprising second lives that most people never see or consider. The shocking afterlife, where retired trucks go. That second life I mentioned, it's a global migration pattern, where yesterday's outdated American and European trucks become today's critical infrastructure in developing nations. These mechanical immigrants form the backbone of economies thousands of miles from where they first hit the road. When Western logistics companies consider a truck past its prime, a sophisticated international network springs into action, purchasing these vehicles for a fraction of their original cost. These trucks undergo remarkable transformations from the port cities of Dubai and Mombasa to the bustling markets of Lagos and Karachi. Local mechanics strip them down, rebuild engines, reinforce frames, and modify systems to handle conditions they were never designed for. A new vehicle emerges, ready for the next decade of service in environments far more punishing than American interstates or European motorways. But here's where the story gets truly fascinating. Many of these trucks end up in active conflict zones. In regions like Syria, Somalia, and Yemen, 15 to 20-year-old American and European trucks become essential military transports, makeshift ambulances, and sometimes even weaponized fighting vehicles. A truck that once hauled furniture in Michigan might now carry troops across desert terrain with a mounted machine gun welded to its frame. The black market fueling this trade operates with surprising sophistication. Worth an estimated $7 to $10 billion annually, these networks specialize in moving vehicles across borders using falsified documentation and modified identification numbers. Corrupt officials, forged papers, and specialized transporters ensure these trucks disappear from their countries of origin and reappear reappear with new identities halfway around the world. When natural disasters strike, these secondhand trucks become lifesavers. After the devastating Nepal earthquake, fleets of retired Western trucks navigated treacherous mountain roads, delivering vital supplies to remote villages. When hurricanes devastate Caribbean islands, these vehicles often form the backbone of recovery efforts, reaching areas where newer, more complex vehicles simply couldn't function or would be too valuable to risk. In rural communities across Africa and Asia, these trucks transform into mobile businesses that bring essential services to isolated populations. Picture a 1990s European delivery truck converted into a traveling cinema, bringing movies to villages without electricity. Or former American box trucks transformed into mobile medical clinics, providing healthcare to communities hours from the nearest hospital. These conversions create not just transportation, but entire service economies. Some creative souls have even transformed these vehicles into remarkable mobile homes. Former shipping containers and cargo areas become complete living quarters featuring solar power systems, compact kitchens, and comfortable sleeping areas. These truck homes provide affordable housing alternatives while offering the freedom to relocate as needed, a particularly valuable feature in regions with seasonal employment or unstable political situations. A select few trucks find fame in their second lives. Hollywood studios regularly purchase older trucks for action films and post-apocalyptic movies. Others become massive art installations at festivals like Burning Man, where their industrial frames provide the perfect canvas for artistic expression. Why these old trucks remain invaluable? While those artistic truck transformations barely scratch the surface of these vehicles' remarkable second acts, few people recognize an economic paradox at work. A 15-year-old truck considered worthless in America can generate over $50,000 annually in developing regions. This mechanical contradiction explains why thousands of obsolete Western trucks become treasured possessions half a world away. The secret lies in what these trucks lack. Modern trucks roll off assembly lines with sophisticated engine management computers, complex emission systems, and dozens of electronic sensors. These high-tech components, fragile as glass compared to older models' steel simplicity, function perfectly in countries with dealership networks and specialized diagnostic equipment. But when that same truck breaks down in a remote village without electricity, it becomes an expensive paperweight. Models from the 1990s and early 2000s represent the sweet spot. Powerful diesel engines with just enough technology to be efficient, yet simple enough that a skilled mechanic can diagnose problems using basic tools and experience. When a sensor fails in rural Tanzania, an older truck keeps running while its newer counterpart sits stranded. Look beneath the hood of trucks built 2 decades ago, and you'll find components engineered differently. Manufacturers built those older engines with thicker cylinder walls, stronger connecting rods, and more robust cooling systems. These overbuilt characteristics perfectly suit regions where loads regularly exceed rated capacities by 50% or more. The modifications these trucks undergo after reaching their new homes can be extensive. Fuel systems get reconfigured for locally available fuel. Suspension systems receive reinforcement for bone-jarring roads. Electrical systems get simplified. Air conditioning, it's often removed entirely and replaced with windows that roll down. For entrepreneurs in many developing nations, a $15,000 investment in a retired Western truck becomes a business that supports their family while creating employment throughout the community. Each truck might directly employ 3 people while indirectly supporting dozens more through mechanics, parts dealers, and service providers. This transfer creates unexpected knowledge economies. Local mechanics develop specialized expertise, passing skills through apprenticeship systems. These repair networks have become so sophisticated that innovations sometimes flow back to the truck's countries of origin. So, next time you see a brand new Peterbilt or Volvo rolling down the interstate, remember, you're witnessing just chapter 1 of an epic saga. That truck you passed today might be hauling all in Amazon packages now, still, it could be delivering vital medicine to remote villages in 15 years or helping rebuild communities after devastating floods. These trucks don't just disappear, they transform. They evolve. They migrate across continents following a natural economic flow that sends resources where they're most needed. In this global recycling system, nothing with value truly retires. Obsolete often means ready for its next adventure.